Hello, my loves. Welcome to Lifestyle Manifesting. I'm Shannon. On my channel, I talk all about manifesting as a lifestyle in every area of your life. You are having success. Keep coming back and sharing your success stories. I'm Shannon, and I want to talk today about inner conversations because your reality is created with your thoughts, your beliefs, and what you're saying to yourself. So you could create deliberate inner conversations from the wish fulfilled. Take yourself to the wish fulfilled. What would it look like if you already have your desire? And then you can construct a conversation within your imagination from the wish fulfilled. That's how you can create an inner conversation. Doesn't matter what your desire is. You could create an inner conversation from the wish fulfilled. All your bills are paid. You can create an inner conversation from the wish fulfilled that you have $1 million in your bank. You can create an inner conversation from the wish fulfilled. You're already with your specific person, or you're already married, or you're already engaged, whatever your desire is. Use inner conversations from the wish fulfilled, and that will get you your manifestation. So what would that look like? It would look like every night and every morning as you wake up and as you fall asleep, you create an imaginal conversation from the wish fulfilled. If it's your specific person, you could imagine your specific person saying, "You're mine, you're my one and only, I love you, I can't get enough of you, you're the most important person in my life, I am here to support you, I always support you, I always love you, I'm always here for you." So you want to hear your person saying that. It doesn't matter if you could hear their exact voice, right? You don't have to hear their exact voice, but you want to create that conversation because what we're imagining is already pushed out. If you're imagining this conversation, you'll create that experience. What we're imagining is pushed out as your experience in your life. Do you see that if you're creating this imaginal conversation, you'll be practicing that reality, and that reality must be pushed out. So can you imagine that your person is saying, "Yes, I'm here for you. I love you. I support you." And that you're responding and you're saying, "I love that. I love that you're here with me, and I love you, and I love being with you, and I love being together." And your specific person is saying something else. Just keep a little dialogue back and forth. And the more you practice, the more you make it familiar. It becomes more natural. So when you first do this, it might not feel that natural because right now, are you having conversations from, "Why did you do this? How could you do that to me? Why did you do this to me? Why is this happening to me?" Right? Though, if this is what you're living from the end of, then your reality must prove to you what you're living in the end of. So what we're doing is shifting to specific conversations to manifest a specific result. And you could do that with your inner conversations. So not only do you want to be doing that as you fall asleep at night and when you wake up in the morning, but through the day, if you think about that topic or you think about that desire, that would be a perfect time to reinforce that inner conversation. Hi, everyone. Hello, everyone joining. Today I'm talking about inner conversations. You're already creating your reality with your inner conversations. In my VIP group right now, we're doing a mental diet challenge. The mental diet challenge is stay on your mental diet of the wish fulfilled. Make sure you're aware that you're observing, where do your thoughts go, right? Are your thoughts going to the ideas of worst case scenario? Or what happened in the past that you don't like? Or are you disciplined with your mind, creating a mental discipline with your mental diet and thinking from the wish fulfilled? Okay, so we're doing that in my VIP group. If you want to be a part of that, you could join from the link in my bio. The link in my description will take you there. You can join free for a week and see what it's like to be part of our mental diet challenge. There is so much support in that group. I love it. Oh, by the way, so I was just talking about inner conversations, and I was pulling up on my phone here I have a whole list of ideas that you can use with inner conversations, what your specific person would say to you and what you could assume you're speaking about, or how you're supported and how you feel safe and secure, and your responses. So if you need help with that, I also have that available in my group. So let me go ahead and answer. Sunny Moon, you have a question. How do I manifest an ex I broke up with 5 years ago, but I regret it now? You go to the wish fulfilled. Okay. So number one is always getting clear on your desire, which you did, right? You want to manifest this specific person. So you get clear on that. Number two is you go to the wish fulfilled. And the wish fulfilled means if you had your desire already, what does it look like in your life? What does it look like? What would you say? This is the key. What would you be saying? Because you're going to use what you would be saying as your creative tool. Your instrument, your word is part of the instrument of your creative ability. Okay, so what would you be saying if you already had your desire? And that's what you want to be focusing on. What would you be saying if you already had your desire? We're already back together. I already manifested my ex. That's what you'd be thinking. Right? You might not be saying it, but you'd be thinking that. So what would you be thinking or saying? And then that's what you're going to repeat in your mind with repetition, and you're going to persist in that until it becomes a fact. What would it be like if you already have your desire? You wouldn't feel regret anymore. You've gotten over the regret. So you regret it because you're already in the relationship. So speak to yourself. Your self-talk will create your reality. So speak to yourself as if you already have it. Okay, you speak to yourself as if you already have your desire. Speaking to yourself as if you already have your desire is you being a version of you that has your desire. Okay, so who would you be if you had your desire? And then you speak that. Okay, and you're going to keep affirming it until it becomes true, until it's a true fact in your reality. Is affirming in my head enough, or do I need to do some technique? That is enough, because you've already created your reality with what you've assumed, what you've been believing and assuming and thinking. Okay, it is the only one thing that you need to do. If we visualize, that's great too. The point is you're going to that point in time where it already exists. Sometimes I feel like I don't do enough to manifest him. Okay, I'm glad you pointed this out, because if you feel like, okay, you're always living in the end of something, and if you feel you're not doing enough to manifest him, what are you living in the end of? You're not living in the end of having. You're living in the end of, let me do something else until I figure out why this isn't working. You're living from the end of, it's not working and I need to do something more. So do you see why this is important for you? This is self-awareness. This is self-inquiry. What are you really living in the end of? Then we could tweak this right now and shift it. I did enough. You have to start making that natural, that you're just going to claim something before it's true. I did enough. Okay, so here's your thought process. I already did enough. I imagined it. I've affirmed it. I already know it's mine. It's mine. And that's it. You're no longer looking for it to happen. You're claiming you already know. You're claiming you already did it. You're claiming you're in the end. Okay, so do you see that? You want to pay attention to what your own beliefs are, what your assumptions are. Okay, so let's take us back to the timeline. The timeline, and we're making it now. The timeline where you have your desire. You would be thinking, it already happened, right? You'd be thinking, I did enough. I did it. You would be thinking that. I did it. I did exactly what I was supposed to do. I did enough. Right? Do you see that's different? You're on the other side of it when you're saying, I don't know if I'm doing enough. You're living in the end of not sure you even have your desire. You claim it or say it until it becomes a true fact in your world. Okay, so this is learning to go within. Your inner world creates the outer world without needing the 3D to prove to you that it's true. This is trusting in yourself. Staying loyal to your affirmation, the affirmation is your vision, right? Staying loyal to your vision. Stay loyal to the knowing that you already possess your desire. You already possess your desire because you can imagine it. And that's how our reality is created, through imagining. That's why you already have it. Do you understand that? You already have your desire because the fact that you can imagine it, that means you already have it. I intend that you make that change today and you see quick, instant results. Like, I see quick, instant results. I see quick, instant results in so many aspects of my life, but do you understand? It was a practice to get here. I would claim I see it instantly, and it didn't happen instantly, but I had to keep claiming it. If you understand that you're the creator, you understand you have to keep claiming it until that does become true. And even though it didn't become true in that moment, it became true. It did become true over time, and now it's true, where my world is reflecting instant manifestations to me all the time. And that was a process. It was a skill because I had to ignore the circumstance and I had to keep claiming I am this person until I actually was. Okay, so I want you to test it out. Test it out. E.T., thank you for the heart. Thank you very much. And Alaya, thank you for the heart also. I appreciate all the love. Is it Anvan? Thank you for following. Hello, new followers. Rhonda, thanks for following. Hot Candy Kiss. Hello. I agree with you. I'm doing something similar. Beautiful. Faye, I've been trying to manifest flowers from SP for a month. For months. Okay, sorry. I added an A in there, and nothing. All right, Faye, but let's just tweak something, okay? You're just going to claim you already received the flowers. You have to keep claiming. You're living in the end of this present moment. In this present moment, it's the only moment that exists. So you're going to claim it until it becomes true. And that's what you need to get over. Get over that you don't see it. You have to claim it. You must keep claiming it until you see it. Okay, Nadia, you said you slipped a little. Yeah, you know what? You're doing amazing. Life is about the process. It's not the destination, because in each moment, this is already the destination. The process is part of the destination. I mean, it is about the destination, but it's also about the process. Okay. Allie, missed an exam. How can I revise this so I still get good grades in this class? You just say, I got good grades in that class. Say it as if it already happened. Just in your mind, you're like, wow, this is great. I did it. I have great grades. What do you want? What's that grade? A? You got the top grade. And you keep claiming it and keep saying it until it's true. Because you don't know what is going to happen. The how will happen. If you go to the end and you keep claiming it, it will become a fact. Okay, who knows? The teacher might say, I just dropped that one. You missed that. That's okay. No big deal. We dropped it. Or maybe they'll give you an opportunity to retake it. You could, by the way, you could also affirm that. You could affirm that they dropped it and it didn't affect your grade. What you're saying is your reality. What you're speaking is your reality. Cece, you said, hi, Shannon, bought your journal. So excited for it. Great. Anyone else who needs a journal? I created a journal and I put it up on Amazon. You could buy it through my bio, through my description. It's a blank journal, and on the front it says, everything I write in this journal becomes true, because that's what happened with me. Everything I was writing down became true. It's not that I was writing it down. It was that's where I was keeping my focus. And then I was like, wow, everything I write down becomes true. And I created that as my belief. I'd look at my notebook and I'd see it and it says, everything I write down becomes true. And then and then everything was becoming true. I was like, check mark. This became true. This became true. I mean, like, everything I wrote down in that notebook became true. Even something was like 2 years later, it became true. Hi, Yasmin. Not used to thinking consciously throughout the day. Do you understand? Being present in the present moment can feel as if there's nothing wrong, right? It can feel that way. Maybe it depends on what your situation is, right? But being present is powerful if you're not thinking about the negative situation or the circumstances of the past. Being present is powerful. Being consciously thinking through the day, it is a discipline to be aware of what your assumptions are and what your thoughts are. Pay attention to what people are speaking to you and what they say to you, because they're reflecting your inner world. Java Girl, you said, if you're doing all of that, but your reality is still showing lack and chaos, what am I not doing? You want to replace it. That's what you want to do. You see lack, then you want to replace it with abundance. You see lack, well, you could replace it with abundance in many ways. You can use revision and imagine something different. If you see lack, you can make an assumption that it's only going to get better, or this is a stepping stone for getting better. So it all depends on what assumptions are you making about the lack and the chaos. If you want to revise it, you could completely revise it as if something else happened, as if your wish fulfilled happened. So anytime there's chaos, what you need to do is replace it. You replace it with a new thought or a new idea or a new assumption. So that's what you were doing wrong. Okay, so change that today and watch things change. Also, let me help you a little bit more. Here's how our thought process generally might work. The lack and the chaos are happening and you didn't replace it, but instead you're wondering, why is it still this way? Which means that must just still be in your experience or your reality. Why? Like, we try to figure that problem out, right? But you're still in the problem. You can simply go straight to the solution. If this was already solved, what would it look like? What would you be saying? What would you be thinking? So you're shifting yourself into that timeline where you're already in the solution, and you can make this present moment already the solution. Okay, Lols, you said he's not texting anymore. This is hell. But you know, Lols, you have the power to change this. If you're saying this is hell, then your reality reflects what you're thinking and assuming. If you decide, wait a minute, you're the creator of your reality and you have the power to change this, and you could create that he is texting you. You could create anything. You can align with any reality. So do you understand? You have the power that's bigger than this circumstance. You have power bigger than this circumstance. It doesn't have to be hell, but you chose that. You chose that it's hell. You're feeling like the victim, but you're not a victim. You actually have the power to see a new vision and create something new. The only reason he's not texting you is because he's reflecting something within you. It already happened this way because of you. It wasn't him. It was you. He's reflecting you. That means you have the power to change it. So to change this, you need to be saying that he is texting. There's nothing to change but your self-concept, the way you see yourself. Go to the vision of you. You are someone who gets everything you want, right? So create this kind of self-concept. Instead of focusing on this problem, you'll just keep it in your reality. Instead of doing that, start claiming who you are, which is the creator. I am the creator. You could say, think of this. I'm painting a picture. So you can take just one affirmation or a few affirmations, but I'm painting the picture for you. Okay. Do you want to be this person? I am a master manifester. I get whatever I want. I know that I'm amazing. I am irresistible. Anyone I want is always falling in love with me. People I like love to be around me. The person I love loves me. I'm always loved. I'm always desired. Okay, so if you turn the focus to who you're being and you get specific about who you are, your world will prove that's true. If you're saying this is hell, the world's like, let me prove that's true to you. It feels like hell. Oh, you'll see worse. It'll get worse and worse and worse because you're living in the end of hell, and the world's like, let me show you another way that this looks like hell to you. Guess what? He's with someone else. Now your friends are telling you all this other stuff. Do you understand? All you have to do is be the one to change the story. If you change the story to you are irresistible and you get everything you want and you are already in a relationship, you already are committed to, then you'll create that reality. So it is a discipline because you have to be mentally disciplined to disregard the 3D that you see. And then you live in the end of that reality where it's already existing. Desiree, is visualization the same as daydreaming? You're going to have people tell you all different things about it, right? Number one, I want to remind you, you're the creator. Whatever you decide is true. Whatever you decide, because you might already have beliefs about it, or maybe you heard somebody talk about it. But whatever you believe is what is true in your reality. So is it the same? I mean, personally, I like to think of it. I actually find it valuable to consider it the same thing. Because daydreaming sounds kind of fun. And doesn't it sound fun to be like, oh, I just want to daydream about this? Okay, someone might tell you daydreaming means you're seeing it from a third person point of view. That's not 100% true. You could daydream and be in it. So this is what we want to do. You want to take yourself into that reality. So visualizing, in my opinion, visualizing and daydreaming is the same thing and gets the same results, which is your manifestation. And I actually think that's a really great way to perceive it, because why not? Why do we want to have to decide that daydreaming is not good? I mean, I've heard some metaphysical teachers say it's not daydreaming, but I've manifested things by what I consider daydreaming. So all possibilities exist. I try to take things and twist them to my advantage no matter what, from my own personal opinion. I'm like, yeah, I could daydream about this. That means I get it. If I daydream about it, it means I get it. It means it's mine. It means it manifests. Right? Do you see? I deliberately made those definitions. I deliberately created those beliefs for me. And those are things that I reaffirmed. You could choose. What do you want to do for your reality? Hi, Nadia. If you want to be pampered, love notes, songs, flowers, where does that come from? Nadia, just practice that. Okay, so when we put our focus and our attention on something, we create more of it. If you're paying attention to love notes, like writing your own, like writing a love note or even reading it. I actually did this for Valentine's Day with my VIP group. I recommended that everybody go look, just kind of Google it or whatever. Go to Google and pull up love poems and love stories and really pay attention to it and read those love notes or those love letters from the feeling, not really feeling, because it doesn't have to be the feeling, just from the idea that this is all about you. This love note is for you. And this is what you love to receive. Thank you for the heart. Okay, so if you're claiming like, I love love notes and I love love songs and I love romance and I love flowers, then you're going to create that reality. If we're talking about the things we love, talk about them, embody it from the possession of it, you're going to experience it. So you asked, where does it come from? It's just an experience in life. It's coming from a version of you that's already experiencing being pampered and having all these beautiful romantic things. And that reality is already existing, and that version of you is already existing. And you're feeling separate from that version of you. Okay, so to get into that version of you, just think from that version of you. That version of you is like, wow, I love my life. I'm so pampered. It feels good to be me. I feel so relaxed. I just love my life. I love love. I love love notes. I love love. I love songs. I love flowers. I love smelling flowers, like whatever that would be, right? Those are ideas of what you'd be saying. It doesn't mean you have to be all like happy about it. You could just be like, that matter of fact, like I love flowers. Okay. Izzy, I'm moving to a different state, having a hard time with the limiting belief that distance is bad. It doesn't mean it's bad. You're the creator of your reality. Do you know that we already have these things like distance helps the heart grow fonder. Already in our reality, we have ideas around the idea that distance is good. Okay, you just chose to identify with a belief that it's not serving you. And that belief is not 100% true. Remember, you change a belief with a new thought. So all you have to do is repeat something over and over, and you're going to create a new belief. If you already have your desire, what would you be saying? And that's what I want you to focus on. Just keep saying it. We're already together. You're just going to keep claiming it. Right now, it might not feel that good to even claim it because it just feels so far away. But the more you affirm over and over and over, just keep affirming it, it's becoming more familiar to you. Okay, just keep repeating it, keep looping it, keep affirming it. Not all day long, but like when you're thinking about that idea, remind yourself, nope, this is already done. I already have my relationship. I already have my desire. We are already together. And you claim it until it becomes true. I panic every time I spend money. I don't know how to chill. Remember, let's start creating new beliefs because money is just energy. Money is available for you, and it's available just like oxygen is available for you. Every time I spend $1, I get $1,000 back. Just start claiming every dollar I spend. You could say I get $2 back. I don't know, but I say 1,000 for every dollar I spend. I get 1,000 back. It's just like it's like an ocean, right? It's like a wave coming in and going out. It's always in this like repetitive motion. Don't be because I used to be afraid to spend money. I wanted to hold on to it. Okay, so it does take practice because you want to see that the money's coming back in. You just have to see it by claiming it, right? As I spend money, I always know money comes back twofold or tenfold or 1,000-fold. So make that claim. Tell yourself, it's okay, I'm spending money. It's always coming back to me. Thank you. Love my earrings. Thank you. I got these in Nashville a couple weeks ago when I was out of town. You were waiting, E.T., you said you're waiting for this live all day. Yeah, and I don't know. I haven't been live the last few days. Yeah, because I'm busy in my real estate business. I've been pretty busy this week with some things. Hold on, I lost my spot because everything populated. Where are we, Lou? You said, can you manifest having a better behaved dog? Yes, you can. Imagine your dog is already the way you want your dog to be. We already have these beliefs about, oh, this type of dog acts this way or this one acts that way. And it's never 100% true. It's just true based on what you're thinking and believing. Hi, Kim. Yeah, you said here she is. Okay. Kircha, you said spiraled yesterday. You said some things to SP. That's okay. So what? You spiraled. It's not a big deal. We don't have to make it such a big deal that we spiraled. Like, don't beat yourself up about it. I'm sure in the moment, I know it doesn't feel good, but let yourself feel it. The reason you were spiraled is because you're believing something that's not true. Okay, so let yourself feel that, move beyond it, and remind yourself who you are, a master manifester, and you're someone who gets anything you want. And just start claiming who you are, a goddess, the most amazing, someone who's magnetic, someone who knows how to live in the end of a relationship. You could say that. I'm someone who knows, like, I know how to live in the end of the relationship. Your world's going to show you how to do that. Just say, I'm living in the end of my relationship. It's done. Marina. So we shouldn't rely on 3D as validation. The imagination is the validation we need. Exactly. You create validation from within. This is, we're looking for validation on the outer world. And many of us, because we're feeling maybe empty or lacking in that. And then we want the validation from that maybe specific person or someone outside of us to give the validation, but you only push that away, or maybe we can manifest it, but it doesn't last long because it truly came from within you, that emptiness, the fact that you didn't have it within. You could claim, I am already validated. I validate myself. I know my value. I know my worth. I know I'm enough. Okay? Therefore, I'm not saying people don't live life being validated by others, but I'm telling you, I lived on the other end of it, and now I live in this side of it where I validate myself, and my world's just proving to me that that's true all the time. Tweety, you said SP's back after 2 years persisting. Congratulations. Amazing. Were you affirming? That's what someone was asking. ET was asking. SP told me he got back with his ex. What do I do? Autria, just start saying, you go to the end. Who would you be if you had your desire? Okay, who would you be means what would you be saying about yourself? You take yourself to that timeline where you have your desire and you speak it into existence. You could say, we're already back together. He's already with me. I'm amazing. Any of those. You speak to yourself. I'm already loved. I'm already the version of me with my specific person. Okay, if you need help, use my self-concept course. You could do the work on your own. You will manifest your specific person. Okay, that course was made from success. Success begets success. I continue to get success stories, hundreds of success stories every single month from my self-concept course, manifesting a specific person. Trying to manifest that my boyfriend and I are still together after a fight. Any ideas on what to repeat? Make an assumption that works in your benefit and works in your favor. You had a fight. That's okay. It's only made you stronger. Maybe you just start saying that story because your story is manifesting. So start saying, fight has only made us stronger and realize more that we want to be together and we're working this out because you're the creator and you're the author. So you just assume that. And that feels pretty natural. I feel like that would be the best way to perceive that. I mean, you could just keep going to the end. We're already together. Okay, if there's thoughts that are like, yeah, but what about that, just remember, you had that fight because you needed to have that to transcend that old reality and get into the better reality, well, perceived as better, right? But to be in the reality where you're better at communicating and a stronger connection and a better commitment and a better relationship. Okay, so do you see you can make any assumption you want about why that fight occurred? You had to get it off your chest to let go of that old version of you, to live from the version of you who has your desire. Okay, Tiara, I intend you got that and you see results. Michelle, thanks for following. Hello. Is it Chanel Whitley? I recently met someone way better than SP without even trying. It happened so fast. Exactly. You know why? Because you've been doing the inner work. And this person showed up because they didn't have a mold of a past. Because in reality, the reality we're living, we see a past, and like with that first SP, sometimes it's hard to not see that past anymore. And it sometimes, not with everybody, okay, because I don't want this to discourage anyone, but sometimes it's easier to see someone new show up. I wouldn't be surprised if your specific person also shows up at some point, because that happens all the time. And that doesn't matter. You might not even be interested. It happens so fast because they matched you where you were, living in the end. I know what you were doing. You were living in the end, that you're amazing, that you're loved, that you're cherished, that you're chosen. And that's what you were doing. And that you weren't going to take, breadcrumbs anymore. And that so you got clear about a lot of that in your mind. And then this person shows up matching you where you're at. Beautiful. I love it. Great story. Great success. Trin, manifested contact with SP, but by the time I saw it the next day and replied, he blocked me. Just assign good meaning to it. Exactly. Assign good meaning to it and then let that story go. And then see, you really want to go to the end, the wish fulfilled. You go to the end and use that end to completely replace that story. Nalia, beautiful name. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. You're changing lives. You're welcome. That's my intention. That's my intention for your transformation, changing your lives, seeing the best, understanding that you could do anything, you could have anything, and you can be anything you want. Hi, Bay. I'm manifesting buying an apartment, garage, banks, apartment plus garage. Banks are saying it might not happen. How to go to the end. In your mind, see yourself already there. In your mind, hear your friends and family saying congratulations on your new place. Congratulations. Could you imagine like you've already been in this apartment, this place with the garage, right? Imagine like you're in your car, close your eyes just for a moment. Like we don't have to visualize, but this is just another way to get into that end. So another way is it's like close your eyes for a second and see yourself driving your car into the garage. And it's like you're home and your friends are saying congratulations. Live from the end of hearing congratulations. You really have to disregard because I'm telling you, and I'm a real estate broker associate for 19 years. I've seen all of it. You just keep persisting in it. Keep seeing yourself here. There are all types of things that can happen. Who knows if someone's just going to show up? I've seen people co-sign for people. I've seen things just happen out of the blue. I've seen it all. Okay. Anything is possible. I already saw it all before I knew about manifesting, but since I've seen manifesting, it's like I just claim it and it's done. Okay, I have this new listing I just put on the market. And I was like, this thing's selling full price. Well, I just put it on. I've got like 9 showings between yesterday and Sunday. By Sunday, it's going to be under contract by Sunday. I'm expecting full price. Okay, I know that because I'm imagining that. I'm imagining that, and I know what's going to happen. How can I stop thinking about my old story? I keep repeating my old story. Kim, but the reason you're repeating the old story is just because it's familiar and you're being lazy. You got to stop being lazy. You don't even realize that you're just being lazy because a lazy thinker's not getting anywhere in life. So you're not going to be that person anymore. Okay, you're going to be deliberate. You're going to choose. You're going to choose what you think about. And maybe whatever technique you need to help. Sorry, I can hear my son coughing in the other room. So for me, here's how I help have a disciplined mind. So I'm focused on my outcome. I use little 3x5 cards. I taped them all over my mirror. I use 3x5 or the Post-it notes and I posted them in my kitchen. And I just kept reminding myself of the new story. Maybe it was just one. All of those note cards mostly had one word or maybe a little phrase or a sentence. And it said something, whatever was my desire or whatever I had an idea of, I was like, okay, I want to be that. Like, let's say confidence, secure, feel beautiful, chosen, whatever, all those things, right? Financially abundant, multimillionaire, all these little cards all over my kitchen and in my bathroom to help me stay focused. And now I don't have that anymore, but that was like 4 or 5 years ago. I had it everywhere. And then at one point I was able to be like, well, I'm totally confident I can take that down. I'm financially independent. I can take that down. I'm in a relationship. I can take that down. And I already knew I was, so I didn't need that reminder anymore. Do whatever you need to do to keep you in the end. And just decide you're not going to be lazy anymore because that's laziness. Okay, letting your mind go in the old story. You have to be disciplined enough. Even a vision board might be helpful. Put a vision board together where you're going to see that board. Put it by your bed when you wake up and you see that vision board and you see that dream house and that dream car and the relationship and anything you want to put on there. And then you see that and you're going to hit those things because you're going to see that every day and you're going to feel inspired about that. And that would be better to do than I'm not saying that you're complaining. You're here because you want to change. So you're already here because you want to, and you're going to do this today. Even if it's on your phone, even if you made a screensaver of something, then make that the first thing you look at as you wake up in the morning. And you can look at your phone the first thing in the morning. Sometimes in my notes, I have the things, my ideas of what I'm manifesting, and I just wake up and I pull my phone right away and I look at my notes and I remind myself what today's going to look like. I already imprinted. I made a blueprint of the success for the day. Okay, you can do that today. You're going to do that today and you're going to see results. How do you revise? Just keep affirming that it happened differently? Yes. You need to repeat it though. You have to persist with the repetition when you revise something. I also think it's important to reinforce that you're the creator of your reality. All of creation exists here and now, right? So this is kind of the backstory behind why this works. Why does it work to revise? Because all of creation exists here and now. That's why it works. If it exists here and now, you're just moving yourself to a different timeline. So it's all existing here and now, and you're the creator. That's why it works. So then you revise it. What would it be like if it went the way you wanted it to go? And then you loop that in your mind and revise it. Okay, keep looping it in your mind. I would loop it in my mind until it just, where I was almost like, wait, which one really did happen? Because remember, both do exist, but you're only going to be in the reality where it's more dominant or familiar. That's the reality where you'll be in. Happiness. You said my self-concept's low. I keep comparing myself to other people. I don't want to play the victim. Just, don't know what to do. Well, you do know what to do because you're here. That's number one. So you were intuitively guided to be here, and this is exactly where you're supposed to be, because you were supposed to hear this about how to increase your concept of yourself. You increase your concept of self with repetition, mirror work. Look in the mirror and tell you who you are. Okay, we compare ourselves to others because we've been trained and conditioned in the world, right? Through marketing, through all the stuff that exists in the world. Okay, people are selling products and they want you to compare yourself to someone else so you'll buy their product. But you're powerful and you're stepping out. You're stepping out of that conditioning that you experienced. Just start claiming who you are. What else could you do? You could join my VIP group. You could join my VIP group. You could join free for a week. See how you like that. Help others level you up. Help yourself by being around others who will give you the inspiration and reminder. Everybody's pumping each other up, cheering each other on, telling you how beautiful you are and amazing you are. Okay, if we're not having that in our 3D reality, then you want to be building a community or joining groups or clubs or anything that helps you get that self-confidence. You want to be the main character in your movie. It's like you're literally living a movie. This is all the world's a stage. This is a play. This is a game of life. And you're not little anymore and you're not the supporting actor anymore. You're the main character. So start being the main character. I affirm the right stuff, but he doesn't always reflect it. Because once he didn't reflect it, and then you started assuming he didn't reflect it. Okay, but when he doesn't reflect it, you have to assume he does reflect it. Okay, so that's the part. You got to get over it. You got to get over needing this to see it, because you have to actually say it before you're going to see it. You're not going to see it first. You have to keep saying it before you'll see it. You have to keep saying it. You have to keep saying he's reflecting it, and then he'll reflect it. Because you're saying he doesn't reflect it, and he's doing that. He's not, he's matching you. He's always matching you. Whatever you say, he doesn't reflect it. He's like, sure, I don't reflect that. But you have to say he's always reflecting it. An assumption or an idea, even though it's false, if you persist in it, it will harden into a fact. This was the illusion of life. This is incredible. The fact that you're here understanding that you're the creator, all you have to do is keep assuming he did reflect it. Just tell yourself he reflected it. It's already done. You say it until you see it. You say it until you see it. If you say he's obsessed with me and only wants me, what exactly will happen? Then he will show you that's true. You have to say it until you see it. He's obsessed. Okay, imagine you're saying that. He's obsessed with me and only wants me. Okay, now he's here in your life. Like, okay, he's posting about other girls and da-da-da-da, but he's not showing that's true. But remember, you have to keep saying it. Even when it's not true, you have to keep saying it. If you keep saying it, all of a sudden, he will be saying it to you. If you keep saying it, that means if he's still liking other girls' posts or whatever he's doing, you keep saying it. Only wants me. He keeps liking other girls' posts. It didn't flip yet. You keep saying it. Because if you keep saying it, he will start to say, you're the only one I want. You're the only one for me. I just love and adore you. I am obsessed with you. I want to be yours. I want to live the rest of my life. Whatever it was you want, right? Okay, but here's what you were doing wrong. You were affirming it. And he was liking other girls' posts and you were affirming it. Sure, sometimes it's for a certain point we could keep affirming it. And then finally we get fed up and go, wait a minute, it's not working. And guess what? You weren't living in the end of he is obsessed with you anymore. You started going over here and making over here, right here in your present moment. He's liking other girls' posts. Did you say that he's obsessed with you? Or did you start saying you started bringing this here and saying, he's liking other girls' posts. Now you're living in the end of that. That's what you did wrong. So, do you know that you're the creator of your reality and that reality exists? And if you want to change your reality, then you're going to see something in your imagination and you're going to hold to that vision until it becomes a fact. And that means you disregard all appearances. You disregard that stuff that's opposite. Because you have to replace it with the end until it becomes true. And that's where some people stop because they stopped affirming and they started affirming what they saw instead of staying in the end. And they go, but I've changed my self-concept. No, you haven't. You haven't changed your self-concept if you're not saying we are together. That's it. You're together. How could you be saying you're not together? That reality is only you saying we are together. That's the self-concept of someone who has their desire. We are together. You'd be saying you already have your desire. If I'm manifesting SP and he says the opposite, how do I persist in the end? By ignoring it, what I just said. So you ignore that and you stay in the end. And you remind yourself, he was just reflecting an old version. So what? He's changing now. You're living in the end. You're the God of your reality. Everything's reflecting you. And you're going to live in the end of that. And you're going to keep repeating that. And that's why this whole story out here is going to really change also as you change how you see yourself. This is as part of your self-concept. You're a master manifester. If you're claiming you're a master manifester, your world's going to start showing you that's true. It must go out and prove to you that's true. If you're saying I'm the most beautiful, then your world must go out and prove that's true. If you're saying I'm loved and chosen, your world must go out and show you that's true. I mean, your world must reflect back. Your subconscious mind will seek out evidence and prove to you that's true. Reality will prove to you that's true. If we're thinking of ourselves in the highest regard, you're leveling up the way you see yourself. That means your world's going to prove to you that that's true. If you're feeling so valuable and more than enough, then your world's going to prove to you that's true. When you see that this is all true and you're affirming your person is madly in love with you, it's going to feel easy that that's true. It's going to prove it's true. It's going to be easy to affirm that because you already think highly of yourself. Shine. I keep visualizing, but I'm still not rich. because you're saying you're still not rich. I'm visualizing, but I'm still not rich. You've ended your thought on I'm still not rich. You're claiming yourself to not be rich. Here's what you need to change. I'm visualizing and it's done. And that's all you say. I'm visualizing and I am rich. You have to say that, even though it's not true. You say it until it becomes true. I'm visualizing and I am rich. So, right now it's so natural for you to say, I'm visualizing, but I'm not rich. And you keep repeating that, I'm not rich. That's what feels natural to you. That's what's familiar to you. You have to make familiar to you these words. I am rich. I keep visualizing and I am rich. See, the first time you say it, it's kind of like, but you haven't been saying that, so it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel true, which it's not manifested. But a fact is not even true either. Reality is malleable, it's flexible, it's bendable. You have to claim it before it will become true. I keep visualizing and I am rich. Because I imagined it, I'm rich. And make that familiar and natural until your world proves to you it's true. Because the world is proving to you what you're saying. Right now, you're saying, I'm still not rich. And the world's like, yep, let me show you again. You're still not rich. Even though you visualize, you're still not rich. That's your assumption. I visualize, but I'm not rich. You have to change your assumption. Assumption, though false, if you persist, will harden into a fact. So to change your reality, do you see how I want to reinforce this for you? To change your reality, hold on, I have to do a puzzle. Okay, they always want me to do a puzzle because I've been on a while. To change your reality, you're going to have to claim it before it's actually true. I keep visualizing and I am rich. I keep visualizing and my world is showing me it's true. Remember, it's not going to show you it's true right now, but you have to claim it until it's true. Okay, try that. Do that deliberately for the next 7 days, and I guarantee you're going to see money come into your life. Asante 87, when you have multiple things to manifest, is it best to use blanket affirmations? You know what? It could be really powerful, because if you just think of this is a really powerful idea. If you take a seed, in the Bible, it's like mustard seed, which is a tiny little seed, and you plant that seed in the ground. That seed has everything that needs to be with it to grow. All the branches, leaves, the mustard, everything that would come into fruition from that seed will happen. So even though it was one seed that was planted in the ground, it becomes a big mustard plant, right? Or any plant from any seed. So think about it that way. If you have a blanket affirmation, yes, it's powerful, because everything that you desire is contained in that one seed. And that's why Neville Goddard and also Joseph Murphy had that, isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it wonderful? Something amazing is happening now, or something magnificent is happening now. That was an affirmation used for a blanket affirmation for many desires. You could say, you can make it your own. You could say, isn't it amazing? Or isn't this incredible? Or I love this. Whatever you want, whatever you choose for your blanket affirmation. Just remember, it's just like a seed. And that seed is containing everything that needs to be, right? With that one seed, within it contains everything. So it works the same way with your affirmation. Within that affirmation, it contains everything that you desire. All those multiple things. Even if they didn't necessarily have something to do with one another, but it's you, they're all coming from you anyway, right? So you decide that one seed, that blanket affirmation. Okay, guys, I know there's a lot more questions. I see 82 new messages, but I really got to go. Anyone who needs additional help, join my VIP group, be part of a community, level up, be with a community that helps remind you that you are the operant power. We're doing a challenge in there right now. We're doing a mental diet challenge. Also, I'm always reinforcing and reminding you to live from the end, posting our success stories. So join from the link in my bio. You can join there. If you want to do the work on your own, use my self-concept course. I'm having hundreds of success stories each and every month, manifesting their specific person from my self-concept course. You could do that course within 2 to 3 days, and you will see results from the course. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I also do one-on-one coaching, and you can sign up to do that as well. Actually, I brought back email coaching. So now I do have email coaching available for anyone who's interested as well. I love you all. Have an amazing day. Watch the replay on YouTube, Lifestyle Manifesting, and I'll see you next time. Bye.